All right, guys, welcome back to another one. I am the gold standard, and today we are getting into it with another off-meta leader, PRB Sanji. Now, the reason I was initially interested in this leader is because he absolutely bodies Blackbeard. When OP-09 first came out, everyone was like, I'm gonna play Blackbeard, I'm gonna play Blackbeard. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna play Sanji into all these Blackbeard players. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see the strong showing of Blackbeard in the West here that we saw in the East, but I do still think that this leader has a lot to offer. So with that being said, guys, sit back, kick your feet up, and let's play some One Piece. Cool, so first things first, let's talk about his leader ability. So Sanji is a mono red 5k leader whose leader ability reads activate main once per turn, up to one of your cost 8 or lower characters without an on-play effect gains rush until the end of this turn. So basically you drop something that doesn't have on-play, rush, you attack in with it. Now, because his leader ability is like not super specific, there's so many different ways that you could build this deck. So the current build that you see here is kind of what I call the vanilla rush build, because it utilizes cards like this, 7 cost 9k Luffy, who is a 1k counter, but has no other ability. He's just a big body that you can play and then add rush to. You got Howling Gabu, who's a 5 cost 7k 1k counter, also vanilla. Really what you're trying to do with this build is you just put stuff out on curve and either attack into their board or life as you see fit. There's not like a deeper strategy to this build. But I will say there is an optimal curve whether you're going even or odd, and so that's more specifically what I'm going to talk about today with this deck. And then afterwards what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you more of a control build or different options for control builds that you might think about. So as I said, I'm going to go through this and I'm going to break down the cards in this curve so that you know what they are and why they're there. So ideally you're going to go first with this because he is a rush heavy red build, and so you're just trying to pressure your opponents early on. So turn 1, you're either going to play the 1 cost 2k 1k counter Nami Searcher, and she's look at top 5 and grab a straw hat, or you're going to play the 1 cost 1k counter Nami again, but her ability says activate main once per turn, give up to 1 rested Dawn to either your leader or 1 character. And so what you're going to do is you're going to pair this with either this Zoro, Wapol, or sometimes this Ace. So now turn 2, we're going to drop Zoro, and ideally you've already played this Nami so that you can use her ability to put 1 Dawn on this Zoro. And he is a 3 cost 5k character that reads Dawn times 1. This character gains 1000 power. So if you put 1 Dawn on him, he actually becomes a 7k swinger. So if you play him on 3, you can use your leader ability, give him rush, and then you can swing 5 with your leader and then 7 with Zoro. Now, alternatively, in this deck, we are playing the 3 cost 4k 1k counter Shiraya blocker. And his ability is that when he's attacking or blocking, he takes on the power of your opponent's leader. So typically, if you don't have Zoro, you can still drop Shiraya, and you do want to swing in because he becomes a 5k swinger, and then you'll swing with leader and Shiraya, and it'll force them to attack back into the Shiraya. And basically he acts as a blocker anyway at that point. Now turn 5, you have 2 more options. You can either play the 5 cost 7k Howling Gabu, who is a 1k counter. This is a vanilla card that you just give rush. Or, and this is a card that I've been playing around with in this build and I absolutely love it, guys. It's so fun when you can get it off on your opponent. It's a 5 cost 6k character with no counter, but it just reads double attack. And so you can drop him on 5. You can use your leader ability to give him rush. If you have Nami down, you can then swing for 7. And if you've been putting pressure on your opponents up until this point, chances are you're going to get this double swing through. And he is also very fun later game when you've got like 8 Dawn or something and you just drop him for 5 and stack Dawn on, give him rush, and just get the double swing through. So great card, super fun. I highly recommend putting it in your build if you're going to try this out. Next up on turn 4, we are at 7 Dawn, and your options are you can play the 7 cost 9k Luffy, who is a 1k counter, vanilla again, as we talked about, or, and I think this card is so fun in this deck, guys. Like, I wish there was more awesome Drum Kingdom cards that you could do like a whole Drum Kingdom build, but really this is the only one, like I've looked. And he is a 6 cost 6k character who's a 1k counter, but he reads Dawn times 1 when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2000 power during this turn. Then this character gains plus 2000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So if they have something on the board, you can put the 1 Dawn on Wapol here, swing in, minus 2k, and he becomes a 9k swinger because he has the 1 Dawn on him, and then he gets the plus 2000 power until the end of their next turn. So even when you swing in with him, say at life, if they want to swing back at him, he is now an 8k body that they actually have to use a lot of Dawn to remove. So guys, do not sleep on Wapol in this build. Finally, turn 5, we are at 9 Dawn. Obviously, you could play another Luffy, but because we are talking about optimal lines of play, the 8 cost 9k Monkey D Dragon, who has rush rush inherently, but is on play, you can give 2 rested Dawn to either your leader or one of your characters. So you can put 2 Dawn on him, you can put 2 Dawn on your leader. So typically what you do with him is if you play him on 9, you can put the 2 Dawn on your leader, swing for 7, use him to swing for 9, and then you have 1 extra Dawn that you can put on either Wapol, Zoro, and if you have Nami on board, you can then stack one of your rested Dawn onto another one of these. So guys, this is the ideal odd curve. So now let's take a look at the even curve if someone takes first from you. But before that, guys, if you are getting any value out of this video, please do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel out immensely. And as always, thank you guys so much for the support already, just for watching the videos and all the comments you guys leave. I really do appreciate it. And guys, if you are looking for other ways to support this channel and you're already planning on buying cards, think about using my link to TCG Player because I get a small percentage of whatever cards you buy. And currently we are sitting at almost $84. And my plan is that every time it hits around $100 is to remove it, buy a box of whatever the newest set is. In this case, OP-09 is coming up, guys, and we're pretty close, and then giving it away on the channel. So again, guys, if you use the link, awesome. If not, no worries. I already appreciate all the support you've all given me. Now let's get back into it. Cool, so now we are in the even curve, and this is assuming your opponent took first from you. So again, turn 1, you are at 2 Dawn. You can play either one of your Namis, either the search Nami or the one that adds rested Dawn to your characters or leader. Now turn 2, you've got the same thing. You've got Zoro and you've got Shiraya. Ideally, you're going to play Zoro because then you can put the 1 Dawn on your leader, swing for 6, and then you can use her ability to put 1 Dawn on Zoro, give him rush with your leader ability, and swing for 7. And that's going to demand a lot of cards from your opponent. Turn 3, we've got the same kind of options. The vanilla 5-cost 7k Howling Gabu. Again, just give him rush and swing in. You can do the same thing with the 5-cost 6k double swing Ace here. And again, you can put Dawn on either Ace or Zoro. So in this case, if you do play Ace on 6 Dawn, you can put 1 extra Dawn on him. You can use her ability to put 1 Dawn on Zoro, and then you can attack with your leader. And at least some of those attacks are going to go through. And in particular, you're hoping that it is the Ace there. Alternatively, you can just stack all the Dawn on Ace here, swing in for 8, and just get your double swing through. And then finally, the best option, in my opinion, at 6 Dawn is to play Wapol here. This card is absolutely amazing in this deck. It's so fun to play. Finally, at 8 Dawn, you have the same kind of combos. You can combo off of Dragon, put your 2 Dawn on either leader or, you know, one of these 2 if they're still in play. And then you can use her ability to put it on the other one that doesn't have Dawn on. So a lot of options if you put Dragon down. Same thing if you only have Luffy, you can just put him down, give him rush, and swing in for 9. And then finally, at your turn 5, we are at 10 Dawn. And so you can play one of the 2 copies of Gold D. Roger that you're playing. And guys, this card goes so hard in this deck. Like, I can't even describe to you how awesome it is. So don't sleep on it. Definitely include it if you're going to do this kind of rush build. Cool, so those are your ideal curves for this specific build. So let's go back and take a look at this build and then compare it to other options you might have. So here we are back in what I call the rush build or the vanilla rush build. And one of the big complaints that I hear from people about this PRB Sanji and this particular build, it doesn't have enough control. Like, there's no way to actually remove characters. Your really best bet is to just attack into them once they've attacked. Now, if control is a playstyle that you particularly like, or you're worried about it in this deck, I want to show you an alternative option for this build that you could use, which is this deck utilizes this card in particular, the 5-cost 6k Pell, who reads Dawn ×1 when attacking KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4,000 power or less. So there are a lot of fun combos that you can use with this. For instance, if you have a Chopper in play, who is a 3-cost 4k blocker and a 1k counter, who reads Dawn ×2 when attacking, give one of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 power. You put 2 Dawn on him and 1 on Pell, and you can remove a 7k character. Alternatively, you can just drop an Otama and then swing in with Pell, remove a 6-cost. You can combine them and remove a 9-cost. And so there are a lot of different options for making use of this guy's ability. Now, in this build in particular, we have other ways to stack Dawn on our characters or leader. One of them is this 5-cost 6k 1k counter Chaka, who reads Dawn ×1, activate main, give up to 2 rested Dawn cards to one of your leader or characters. We also have Yamato here, who is a 5-cost 5k 2k counter that reads activate main, give 1 rested Dawn card to your leader or character. So she's basically like a super strong Nami. And you combine those cards with these 2 removal event cards, the first being the 3-cost Fire Fist, which if you pitch an event card, it removes 1 5,000 power or less and 1 4,000 power or less. And Jet Pistol here, which is a 4-cost that just KOs up to 1 6,000 power or less. So basically what you end up doing is just bouncing Dawn around with your Yamato and Chaka, using Chopper and Otama for reduction, and then KOing different things with Pell and your 2 event cards. And so it's like a fun little interesting way to play this deck. And I will say that in my experience with this deck, you don't necessarily need to lean into the control side. It does give you a lot more options, yes. But because everything has rush, once someone attacks into you, you can just attack back into their things immediately and clear them off the board. And so that in and of itself is kind of a form of control. It's not perfect and it's sort of simple, but it does work. But anyways, guys, like I said, if control is your style of play, try this out, make some changes to it. There are so many cards that you can put in this deck. And honestly, I started making a tech options for you guys and it was like half of all the red cards. So I'm not even gonna bother. But yeah, that's all I've got for the control options. You know, try out both decks, see which one kind of fits your playstyle more, and then make changes as you see fit. Cool, guys, so that's all I've got for PRB Sanji. Again, this isn't like the in-depth breakdowns for a deck that I usually do, and really it's because there are tons of options for this deck that you can use, but also his playstyle isn't like the most complicated. So anyways, guys, try out the deck, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it, and let's get into some gameplay. All right, we are in it with a Blackbeard. This hand is like almost good. Like we have the Nami. I've got a Searcher. I could drum up another Zoro, I guess. But it's just, and we are going second, so I could play both of these actually. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna try it. Because we also have Diablo Jambe already in hand. Oh no, he's choosing to go second. Okay, well, we're still gonna play this down first. I mean, I have Shariah. I could attack with Shariah next turn. Yeah, we want Zoro here. Ooh, there's so many good things in here, actually. Because we can, I mean, Zoro's good. It's one of these two. It's got to be Luffy or Zoro. The problem is Zoro can get bodied so easily, but then we don't have any other plays between now and 7 Dawn. So I think we have to take Zoro here. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'll play Shariah next turn. We'll give him rush, force him to, you know, dock Q us or something. Letting us go first was kind of a bold move too. I feel like he should have taken first from us. But who am I? Just some random YouTuber. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. This is what we're doing. Get 2 swings in. He takes that one. Very nice, very nice. Get another 5 in there. I'm sure he counters this. There's no way he takes that, right? Yeah. Okay, so probably plays a Lafitte next turn, right? Since he's pitching one, I'm assuming he has another in hand. So this coming turn, we'll put in Nami, we'll put in Zoro, and we'll swing with everything. So that'll be what, 6, 5, 6, 7, I believe. That's kind of a lot of pressure on turn. What, 3? 5, 6, 7. That's crazy, actually. All right. A full lead to pitch that and draw. What did he already get one of? Okay, 2K. He has Doc in hand and he has a 10 drop. So if we can get him to 0, like quick here. Okay, Doc's gonna pop what? You know what's crazy is I don't actually have any counter for that. We'll see if Doc pops Nami here. It doesn't really matter because, yeah, whatever he plays on this turn to KO this Zoro, it just kind of won't matter. Do I leave any dot up for a Rad Beam here? No, because we have this, so he can't. I mean, presumably he's going to play like Laboon next turn and KO Zoro here. We'll be at 7 Dawn next turn. It's so unfortunate that this guy's 8 in this moment, but it is what it is. So we can go 7-7 here, I believe. Yeah, let's do 7-7. Actually, no, we can't do 7-7 that way. We can go 7. Yeah, we go here. We use her ability. Give our guy 1. Oh, no, then we only get 6. Okay, whatever. We do only get 6-7. Okay, gives us the 2K. And then, boom, he doesn't see this coming. Swing 7. He takes that for sure. And we end our turn. So, yeah, I'm assuming Laboon or whatever the other one is comes down. Shariah's not bad here. Van Auger. Okay, KO's this. Oh, KO's both of those. Pain. we have Shariah next turn, so we can do another, like, I don't know, we can do like 8-9 kind of thing. The turn after, we can drop this, and then we're just straight up ready for Diablo Jambe after that, most likely. We'll see. Okay, so he's going to go after that. Ooh, double swing. Ooh, this could be good. I think we got to use this, guys. Let me think. He's 6. So we put 2 on. He's an 8. If he has 2 2Ks in hand, yeah, here's what we're going to do. And we KO Doc Q. Do we KO Doc Q? I mean, I feel like we have to. Since we are getting a double swing here, I feel like it's okay. Yeah, that's a huge draw. We'll see if he has the 2 2Ks in hand. Takes it. Takes it. That's what I'm talking about. Promo ace. Add it. Add it again. So what do we want? We killed Doc Q here for sure. Because next turn we're dropping Dragon in. And, I mean, he's nowhere near ready for us. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he does. I mean, he has a massive hand of cards. But yeah, because like this turn, he's just, I mean, maybe KO's ace, whatever. We play this guy down next turn. Put a bunch on him. Put the 2 on him, so he'll be an 8 and then a 9. And then the turn after, it doesn't matter even what he does because we just Diablo Jambe our leader and he's done. Like, unless he puts a Vasco shot in or something right now and we don't get him to 0 next turn, like 2 Vasco shots or something. I don't know, man. He is in a tough position right now. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything that he does right now other than dropping 2 Vasco shots and somehow KOing and like swinging into our ace here. If he does that, hey, maybe he has some kind of chance here, but I don't see it. I'm sorry, but I don't see it. Okay, Burgess. Cool, so he KOs that guy, swings, and I mean, I'll take that. Oh, God. I mean, so let me think. We go 8, 9. Yeah, that's what we got to do here. Yeah, we go 8, 9. 8, 9, and then no matter what he does on our next turn, we just Diablo Jambe, and because he's going to play a Blackbeard. And we just, I mean, it's done. It's absolutely done. Yeah, there's like no shot that he stops this. GG's, guys. Whoa, what a wild game. All right. Let's see the Blackbeard come down. So he does get a Vasco shot here. At this point, it doesn't matter, though, because, like, there's literally nothing he can do here. This guy's a big baddie right now. He's, what, a 10? So, I mean, he could clear Dragon here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, like, he can 10 drop here. He can... There's literally nothing he can do here. That is insane. Yeah, so he just 10 beards, drops. That's exactly what I was hoping to see, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just gonna be so disheartening. Oh man, poor guy. Yeah, sure, we'll take it. Another one of these bad boys. Sure. All you, my dude. Jesus, yeah. And he finally black holes us, which is funny, but it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, that's why I think this deck just KOs on site. KOs on site Blackbeard. GG's. That was fun. That was the power of Sanji on Blackbeard here. GG's. Bro got absolutely run through. Oh, man. GG's. All right, so we are in it with a Shanks, and we get to pick, so I'm going to take first. Yeah. Oh, man. This is... I mean, maybe we can draw into, like, 7s and 9s and 10s and stuff, but... I mean, the thing is he can just remove all this stuff pretty easily here. I want to try it though. I really do. We're gonna mulligan. We still get Nami. That's good. We definitely need this Zoro. Okay. I'm digging having Roger in this deck. So we'll see if we get to throw down a Roger in this matchup because, I mean, they do play the blockers. We got our 7 drop, so let's go ahead. Problem is we only get a 5 and a 5 because we don't have the other Nami. Tempted to just go 5-5. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's what I think we'll do. I mean, I could even just go 8, honestly. Do I want cards or do I want the life this early? I think we want... Let's get a card out of his hand. Yeah. Because, I mean, Red Hawk here would be hilarious to use. Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, so we have 7, 9, 10. I mean, we got a pretty decent curve right now. Because we go 5, 7, 9, 10. Yeah. Sure. Even a blocker here ain't bad in this matchup. Okay, so let me think. We can go 6, 7 here. That's what we'll do. We go 6. Because once we start dropping these big bodies, like the removal of these is so hard. Especially for Shanks. Okay, cool. He counters that. We drop this bad boy in. Put the Dawn on him. Swing 7. So we'll see what he does here because he's at, what, 6? Or, yeah, he's at 6 Dawn here. So, I mean, I don't know what, I don't see a good removal option for him in this instance. And if I can keep Zoro this turn, like maybe he swings all in on Zoro here. He does not. He does not. Do we use Shariah to block? I mean, do we need a blocker in this matchup at all? I think not. I mean, I'd like to, but we also have Rad Beam. Oh, cool. That could not have worked out better. So the problem is that I do like going 5-5-9. It's kind of lame. But I feel like that's pretty much what we're gonna have to do here. Yeah. Let's go 5. Because next turn he can drop in. Yeah, we're going to have to attack with this. Because next turn he can drop in... whatchamacallit? What's his face? Like a Beckman or a Newgate. KO this guy. Let's go ahead. I mean, I could try and save him for a turn. Let's try it because this will definitely go through. So, and this is a problem for him. Because next turn we can put both this on... We can put both the Dawn on him. And I can swing out with Leader for like 6. This would be 8 and this would be 9. We'll see. We'll see. He can Rayleigh here too. But Rayleigh just weakens this guy and would not remove him. It would KO our Zoro. Okay, 5-6. Do we take this? Because then he can go... What's he put down? I'm going to take this one. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, cool. 6. So what's he do? He's going to Beckman, I guess, to remove this guy. That's fine. Beckman. Okay. So we'll counter this one. Yeah, Beckman. Okay, cool. So, oh, nice. Okay, so let's think about this because we probably want to remove this guy or like swing into him. This guy gives 2 to him, so he can be 7. The other thing we can do is just completely go all in on these attacks and go 7, 9, 9, which I'm not terribly against right now. Because next turn he plays Shanks, we play our Roger. So 9 on... Yeah, let's go 9 on 6 here first. And see if he tries to save that. He does not. Perfect. Okay. So let me think. 7. I can leave the 1 up for Rad Beam. I don't know if I need to this turn. Because we can also pitch this with our other dragon. And So yeah, let's just go 8-9 here. Because like we're at 3 life still, so Rad Beam just doesn't have the same kick that it usually does. So he is going to counter this one. It looks like. Okay. Which I'm okay with. I mean, that gets cards out of his hand. And then he takes this one, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. All right. So we have 2 9s, our leader, some decent counter, and we can start going into our Rogers. And that seems like it could be a problem. Also, if he just plays a Shanks and then attacks, we could just swing back into the Shanks because we have some pretty big attackers here. I mean, conversely, too, next turn, we can go Dragon again and go 2 and then add the 2 more and just go 9, 9, 9, 9. And that'd be a tough pill for him to swallow. That's assuming these guys all live. Okay, 5. No. Like, I know he wants to play Shanks here. I might have, maybe I should have taken. Oh, okay, no, cool. He's going Rayleigh, which is sort of okay. Because now he goes 7 on, say, this guy. I mean, he could go 9 on this guy with his Beckman. He doesn't. Crazy, but okay. So he has a Red Hawk that he's keeping in hand. We do know that. I can just drop this or this next turn and have another big swinger. I feel like we just give him that because we can swing back into this. And we still have our Rogers, so yeah, he can have that. And I'd like to keep our counter. Because I'll play this, we'll leave one up. Yeah, this is fine. So we can go 7, 7, 9. Well, 7, 8, 9 with our boy here. Leave the 1 Dawn up for Rad Beam. I mean, honestly, maybe we just go for life. Leave Beckman up here. Because if we have Roger, so we can get him to 0, it kind of doesn't even matter. Like, he could play a blocker or something, and it'll just be like, okay. Yeah, I think we'll go for life this next turn. Leave the 1 Dawn up for a Rad Beam. I don't know what our boy is thinking about here right now. Okay, thank God. Okay. Is there any world that we attack into this right now? I think not. Let's go here. So let's go, what, 7, 8, 9. I think that's the move. 7, 8, 9. We'd also play Nami, too, to drum up another counter. Maybe. Or another just body. Yeah, let's go. We'll go 7 first. See what he has. Assume he probably Red Hawks here. Or reduces, gives us the 2K. And then Red Hawks the next one. Okay. Fine with me. 7 again. Ain't bad here. 9, play a Nami. That gets us potentially... I mean, we can get another Rad Beam. We can get... Or we go 8 here. Problem is Red Hawk just counters that immediately. So yeah, we'll play Nami. Let's go 7 and 9. Takes it. All right. That's... I mean, I'm tempted to even just go 10 here, but we'll just go 9. Thing is, now he has to clear some of these off the board next turn. Okay, so he does Red Hawk. Brings it up. Okay. So what's he got? A Shanks in hand? I mean, we take this 2K. Yeah. Okay. End the turn. So these are back to 9s. I mean, he can't really swing into these with anything other than Shanks if he plays Shanks because these are 7 and 8. He could just swing into them heavy with both of these, which is, it's a turn. I think that's like not a terrible idea. So yeah, he's going 5. So I'm going to bring our Rad Beam online by taking this because Rad Beam can counter out of these. Yeah, we'll take this. Cool. Yeah, so he's going for Shanks here. So yeah, we'll just give him... Yeah, I'll just give him this. We'll give him this, yeah. I still have Rad Beam for this one. I would love it if he just like blockered up. Yeah, see, there's our Shanks. 8, absolutely not. And 12, yes, you can have that. Well, all right. I mean, even Wapple here wins the game for us. I mean, honestly, we could use Wapple now I think about it. So let me think about this. Because he's a... I mean, there's no world where he can counter out of all of this, right? Because Wapple is a 9K. We've got a 9, an 8. So for 6 Dawn, let me think about that. 6 makes 15. So this is 11. Can he get out of 11? And then 10, 11? So 10, 11. Let me think about that. 10, 11 is... And 11 is 4, 5, 6. Or we can use Wapple. And... I'm gonna use Wapple. I don't know why I wouldn't, because honestly I get it's more fun. So yeah, we'll go. Let me think about this, because he'll be an 8. Well, he'll be a 9, 8. So we can make him a 9. We can make him a 9, and we can make him a 7. So let's do that. No, let's go 7. Oh, we'll go 7 first. I mean, I could have done this just 10, 11, or 9. It would have been 9, 11, but I could have done it 10, 11. And, you know, that would have worked. We could have also gone 9, 13, which probably would have worked too. I mean, there's no way he has the counter in hands, but I love Wapple. Like, the way he works in this deck is so fun. So he debuffs Wapple. Interesting. Cool. So he makes Wapple a 7 now. Like I said, we could have done this several ways, but I thought that was the most fun way. It's the flashiest. GG's, GG's.